English players abroad has been a niche topic of late, but with the likes of Noni Madueke at PSV Eindhoven and Marcus Edwards at Vitoria Guimarães entertaining fans further afield, we sat down and chatted with Cam Melling, who keeps a close eye on every English player currently playing outside the British Isles. Just coming back to you, Cam, how highly rated is Madueke at PSV? Have you heard any whisperings? Because, they're not short of top young players. They're actually brimming, in fact.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with him. Like you said, those stats. Like at the start of the season, I was thinking maybe he might break into the young PSV side, and then suddenly he's played 6 games and then he's playing for the first team. He's traveling with the first team. Is at that age, I was so impressed. Like, and you said PSV do seem to play a lot of their young forwards and seems to do quite well. And hopefully, he can stay there for another year and really nail down a spot in the first team. I didn't expect him to even be in playing for the first team at this sort of stage. So he must be so far ahead of his sort of schedule. In his mind, he probably always backed himself to make the first team, but yeah, PSV must be pretty impressed with the way he's done and the way hopefully he can get that first team goal start next season. And yeah, I'll probably see him may even move up the England ranks as well. Hopefully, maybe he make England 21 next season.
Yeah, because we've seen that. Bukayo Saka at Arsenal this season has done tremendously, to become what is at the moment one of their most relied upon players. But, outside of Arsenal and youth football circles, at the beginning of the season, not many people would have heard of Saka. So I think, yeah, you're right in saying that Madueke and his sort of his growth so soon has been his development rather has been so sharp and like you said, no one expected him to be making the first team just yet, but it's been hugely encouraging. But another one who we've been raving about lately, who left Tottenham for good last summer, was Marcus Edwards, and I can now admit that the propaganda on the Scouted Football timeline has been some of my doing, but it's purely and simply because he's thriving in an environment in Portugal at Vitoria Guimarães, where he's been given regular games. And he's played and scored in the Europa League and Portugal's top flight this season, and keeps impressing game by game. We were just discussing last night. He loves a dribble and then cuts inside and hit a shot off the bar against Benfica, and he's just such an aesthetic player. Why do you think he's done so well over in Portugal? In such a league which is, apart from Eric Dyer at Sporting years ago, doesn't really have a history of English players having played there.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think the way you said about the regular games is so important. That loan spell with Holland gave him like a good first taste, 20 games or whatever, a few goal involvements. But this year, like now he's playing most games. I think it's 34 appearances I've got here. He's just impressing every game. He's just he can't be dropped now really the way he's playing. I think he's scoring against Arsenal as well in Europa League. So that was obviously a pretty big moment for him. But it wasn't a one-off the way he's gone on now, getting goals and assists most games or every other game. And that sort of that run of games has really helped him. Just the way if he was back in England, maybe through side appearances, maybe it found it difficult to make an impact.
Elsewhere in Portugal, Portuguese football expert Tom Cundert had plenty to say on Nuno Mendes, an exciting young left-back at Sporting.
One who's really impressed me, without any doubt, is Nuno Mendes, the left-back. He really does look a fantastic prospect, and a lot of talk already about Manchester United being interested, sniffing around. And from what I've seen, quite honestly, I'd say he is definitely the player at Sporting who looks most likely to go on and make it very big. Really, really fast, physical, aggressive left back who's got a really good touch and fantastic crossing ability.
And renowned scout and author Lee Scott gave his appraisal on Reading's Michael Olise, among others.
He's a player who can beat a man with a dribble. He can pick the right pass. He can play little combinations in around the penalty area. At 18, he plays with a maturity and almost a sense of being much older than he is, just because Reading are given so much responsibility to him when they're in their attacking phase. I think that of all the players that I picked for the list, if I had to say that one of them was going to play at Premier League level, I think it would definitely be Michael Olise.
Meanwhile, Sam Tighe told us what to expect from Ibrahima Diallo at Southampton and told a tale of Federico Chiesa's fiery temperament following his move to Juventus.
So I spent last Friday just watching Ibrahima Diallo. What I saw over the course of the day, I mean, I started off like, reasonably happy. And then by the end of the second full game, I was like, oh God, this guy's a player. Like this is a really good signing. He's anchoring a France under-21 side. Yeah, Southampton have been waiting for a Højbjerg replacement, and what they're looking for in that box-to-box number 8 role in their 4-4-2 is someone who can absolutely cover the ground and get up and down the pitch, but someone who is reasonably well-rounded, who's comfortable on the ball, can take the ball and can dictate play, can track back and track their runners properly and get their foot in and be combative. Someone who could turn it over and start attacks quickly. I see that in Diallo. I see him as good a defender, and I think he's more comfortable on the ball. It's a shallow analysis, but I think it works for this. That means nothing without the eye test, but he's taking the onus. And he actually pulls out some quite nice reverse-angled passes, first time as well sometimes, to really catch defences off guard. He is an extremely intense and fiery character. Obviously, there's a lot of passion that runs through his game, and there's a lot of passion that underlines him representing Fiorentina. I was lucky last year, I was able to spend a day with Fiorentina training in New Jersey. So I watched the entire. I was back in the Vincenzo Montella era. Basically watched the whole thing from start to finish. During these training sessions, I saw Chiesa. I saw him at his rawest form in training, and he is one intense guy. He performs to the highest level, even in training, even in drills. Like, his agility shocked me. Like, he's such an athlete. It is remarkable. And in the training sessions that they were playing like 6-on-6 or whatever. Every time he missed a chance, he went absolutely crazy at himself. He was screaming at himself. I mean, to be that upset with yourself about missing chance after chance in training, it doesn't matter, mate.